It's day 314 of Zohar. Pshat, an amazing Zohar today. Amazing Zohar. That's all I can say. Daf Lamed Hey Amud Aleph, at the bottom. Second last, the second last line. Mikana la'ala. From here on in, Samach. It's going back to the issue of Samach. Ezer Kenegdo. Samach Maihi. Basgor Basar Tachteno. So we have the Ezer Kenegdo. V'avada b'sitrei the da. Now, initially, I think we're going back. Initially, one was on the other side of the other. V'atei okna kudshabrichu, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu uprooted them. In other words, he took the tzela. V'shasi lom ba'asar achra, and plant them in another place. Odom and Chava. B'sadra and p'mapin. Now they could be face to face. Kume kigavna da. In order to be sustained in this manner, smichin amon, there's chumech, each other and the worlds. Akra kuchabrichu v'kashos ilom ba'asar achra. Uprooted them, planted in another place. And they were sustained fully and completely. Evidently, according to Zohar, going to come back to this in Daf Lamed Zayin. But in any event, now comes the amazing part. Amar Rabbi Abba. Rabbi Abba said, Minolan the Adam b'chava netin havu. Adam and Chava were plants, netios. So the Chesiv says about the creation of Am Yisrael. The assumption is that this is referring to Adam and Chava as well as the progenitors of Klal Yisrael. That's the right word. Netzer Matoi, the remnant of my planting. I don't know if remnant is the right translation. That which is preserved from my planting. My siyada is by my handiwork. So it's referring not just to Am Yisrael, but to Kodesh Baruch Hu, to Adam Chava. The full passage Amichum Tzadikim Neitz Matay Masay Yispar, but also Masay Yispar was referring to Masay Dai Mamish Adam Chava, Masay Dai Daika. Lo Yishtalu B'nei Achreinin. No other people were involved with it. See, it says Biyom Nitatcha Tesag Segeni. On the day you planted, you enhanced me. To be but evidently the saxagani here mean learning some sort of language of distortion, like l'shagesh can mean to disrupt. Dabu yomadis natu ba'alma sarchu. The day they were planted in the world, they went off the derech. So the Marco thing is that Adam Chava called plants. And obviously the idea of plants is not literal. They're not, like Gemara talks about the Adnei Asada, the mythical creature which is connected by an umbilical cord to the ground. That's not Gemara, it's in the Mishnah and Kilayim, I think, in other places perhaps. But in any event, maybe. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about there obviously are the plants in the ground, meaning that they sustain the world and they grow from things which which the world provides them, and they provide in turn nutrients to the world. Kind of like I don't know if nutrients is the right term. Kind of like the trees provide the oxygen to the world. So that's why later on in the term Parshas Shoftim we say Ki Adam Eitz Hasadeh. Right? The question is whether it's a question or a statement, but in any event, if you take it as a statement, there's this a person is like, and certainly in a midrashic way, we could take a statement. A person is a tree, and it's meaning that a person derives from this earth and imparts to this earth. And that's part of the Avdol Shamra of Adam and Chava being Gan Eden. And at the same time, we talk about a person who goes off the derech, kaitzitz benetios, cuts off the roots. Okay, how we explain that is not for now. But the point is that a person has to be natua. And natua doesn't just mean down here below, but natua also above. The tree, the Ilan HaKadosh of the Kabbalah, it's rooted in Shamayim, and the foliage is down here below. So there's Adam is both Natua on high and Natua below. And he brings Shefa to this world from his use of the world, and Shefa to this world from his connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this is the idea that Adam and Chava correspond to all the trees in Gan Eden. And they're supposed to be that shefa through their avodah. When they messed up the entire world. Tanan learned hanetios kecharnei kagavim havu. The tios were initially like karnei chagavim, meaning that they were very fine lines like the antennae of locusts. Unahora dilon have a dukik v'lav narin, and the light was very fine and didn't illuminate. In other words, Adam and Chava, evidently before they were replanted by Kosh Baruch Hu, the light that they provided to the world was a very fine light, and they couldn't give that light because they weren't working together and they weren't given that possibility of giving the Sheva. Once Kosh Baruch Hu was notea them, he planted in them the connection to on high, connection below, and he's taknu, and they were fixing that they were able now to work together. The light was enhanced. And now they're called the cedars of Lebanon. And the tzaddik katam yifrach eres bavonon yizgeh. A tzaddik is like a powerful tree. But the chava adis netiu loiser bin till they're planted. And I guess the benicheu began Eden the of the shomra doesn't just mean they're put there, but they were given this whole influence through their neshamas and through their avodah on the system. Lo stiku recha, they didn't create that fragrance of what you find by Yitzchak and by Yaakov Reich Menik Hashem. Vadis akru v'ishtolu, so therefore they have to be uprooted from their prior limited role, which they would have had without having been given this connection, which evidently came at the Nasira, after cutting of Adam and Chava and the completion of their purpose in this world. They had to begin initially as the just like any planting, small, incomplete potentiality, and then they're given much more. They were uprooted, replanted properly. So this is an amazing statement by the Zohar, and obviously taken much further by a person who wants to spend time expanding on it. And wow, okay.